What's up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson. Great to be back with you again today. Eric Church, what are you doing? Guys, I enjoy a lot. If you haven't seen over the years, I enjoy making fun of country artists. I think most country artists are completely full of shit. I think they're fake. I grew up in Ohio, which is the Midwest. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, which is the capital of Ohio. Everyone thinks of Ohio as like a farm state and stuff like that. And it's really not. Like in the city parts of it, it's, it's pretty urban. It's pretty city. I grew up with a lot of people who, somewhere around middle school, high school, got the idea in their head that wearing John Deere and putting on International Harvester stuff and buying a stupid-ass cowboy hat in the middle of Ohio was something. It was a look. It was a vibe. It was a projection of, my family's blue-collar, hard-working people, so therefore I'm going to be a blue-collar, hard-working person. I can respect that. Here's the problem. None of you fuckers grew up on a farm. None of you fucking assholes ever rode a horse. Didn't grow up anywhere where there's even an acre of grass. We all go to the same city high school, public school. So when I see country artists being exposed for being big old fake fuckheads, like, Florida Georgia Line, and it's one of my favorite things in the world to see someone and, there's some type of musician and they go, well, I'm a Nashville recording artist. Oh, yeah? Where do you live? Like, Michigan. Well, then you're not a Nashville recording artist. You're not a country music star because you know that Nashville is a place that exists. Eric Church is from North Carolina, moved to Nashville. Now, let's start with Eric Church's origins since we're on it. Grew up in North Carolina. For those of you that don't know, Eric Church got in trouble, or his fans are mad at him right now, because he went to the UNC game versus Duke, canceled his shows. His fans are mad. He sent out an email saying, hey, I had the opportunity of a lifetime as a North Carolina fan. He wanted to go see the game, and he decided it was worth canceling the show he had already had planned and, probably sold out. He thought that it was going to be a good idea to send a message to his fans going, hey, know you guys bought tickets already, but I've got better shit on the horizon. I'm going to go catch this game. So Eric Church, country music star, born in North Carolina to a father and a mother. Father was like a furniture upholstery guy. He would redo furniture, and Eric helped him in that family business until leaving for Nashville, where he would form bands and become later Eric Church. He wears the glasses, the big aviators that he's known for, because he has contacts, and he says that the heat from the lights dries out the contacts. I think a lot of artists wear contacts, and they don't wear stupid fucking glasses as an image thing. This is why I like making fun of country artists. They're just fucking scam artists. This guy is not country. So all the songs you hear of him riding around in his big old truck and all his bullshit, he grew up in an upholstery store with his father. He likes music. I can appreciate that you like the art of music, but you apparently don't like it more than you like basketball. And for years, I've listened to, especially women, swoon over this guy. Oh, he's the best. Oh, Springsteen. Oh, this, that, and the other. All these different songs. Two Pink Lines, I think, was his first big one. Having a record year. All this other stuff. It's like, yo, are you having a record year now, son? That you just shit in everyone's face that made you popular? I have people in my life that really like this guy. And something about it has always seemed uber douchey to me. Like him, Florida Georgia Line, a couple different characters, Brantley Gilbert, these kind of guys where it's like this wannabe. You could just tell it's an act. It's a polished, marketed, created picture that's put out into the music scene. And it's so blatantly obvious to the people that aren't just blind followers of whatever the mainstream media in the music genre that you follow tells you to like. But like, if you're a real country fan, I don't know how the fuck you've ever listened to Eric Church's voice and gone, oh, that's real country music. I don't understand how we listen to most of the shit that goes on today and go, oh, that's real music. But this is not, it wasn't intended to be like a let's shit on Eric Church for his entirety thing. It was just like, look at him as a person. Just look at him as a person, as an entertainer. It's fake. It's a big facade of fucking fake. And then he calls his people like the church choir. How fucking narcissistic do you have to be to not only, I get it, it's a catchy name. Your last name's Church. They sing all your songs. But like, how self-involved are you? That not only do you give them this title, but then you give them the title of the church choir, and then you abandon them. So what? You're their pastor? You're the leader of the congregation, and you just dipset on all of them? It's fucking disgusting. I like watching phony country people get exposed. Fuck Eric Church. That's just straight up. I want to talk about this. This is going to be the probably biggest portion of the conversation today. That Eric Church thing is pretty much what it is. I want to talk about the Will Jada situation. I want to talk about women like Jada Pinkett Smith, and I want to talk about men like Will Smith and how they find themselves entangled with one another. Okay? So I read Will Smith's autobiography. He's a coward in his own calling of himself. He called himself a coward. He grew up with no backbone, very harsh dad, never stood up to anybody, anything, had very little confidence in his life, and he never healed from any of that. It's very clear. He has had multiple relationships, some of which were public, some of which not, and ultimately leads to Jada Pinkett Smith. They end up having an open relationship that only is known to the public as being an open relationship once Jada Pinkett Smith starts her show called The Red Round Table, where she talks about having an entanglement with this 20-some-year-old rapper, Augustus, or whatever his name is, and makes Will Smith look like an absolute fucking dick. I mean, just in all realms of what you would want your life to look like, nothing about what Jada Smith did to Will Smith would that be what you want or expect your wife to do to you. Even if you did, out of, in your own relationship, decide it was going to be an open one, to go and publicly, do that is literally the most demoralizing thing you could ever do to a man. On top of, the only thing you could do that would make it worse would be, parade it in front of him. Oh, wait, she took this kid, this Augustus 23-year-old kid, on their family vacations. With his family. The man's family that he built, and it's his family, her side piece is out running around. This guy's making a name off banging out Will Smith's wife. Now, we know the events that transpired at the Oscars. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. It looks like now it's already been proven what I said, that it was staged. People were finding pictures where Chris Rock's wearing like a slap guard. Not shocked. There's, some muffle and buffle going on about, why did everyone go around and console Will Smith and all this? It's like, well, they're actors. It's a room full of actors. And if they're going to stage something, obviously they're used to cutting and having some breaks in between sets and stuff and between takes. So there's going to be a few things that get caught if you look close enough, but they're actors. They know how to make it look like a whole scene. That's what they do. And also, they're at the award show for the best of this profession. So I think they're going to figure out how to make a scene be pretty sold. However, this stems back not to Chris Rock's comments in 2016 or anything else he said about Jada Pinkett Smith. This stems to a problem that I think a lot of men can identify with at least one point in their life. If you've never met a woman like this, I hope you never do. There are some women in this world that they get their kicks off of watching men fight over them. Usually in their younger years, it's a little more dramatic. You'll physically have two men that will actually fight over a woman. As women tend to get older, it can become more of like just an attention thing. As long as she has a couple guys' attention, she knows that she's good because she has options. Now, again, this is a certain type of women. I'm not saying that all women are like this. I have dated women like this, and I've known women like this, and it tore me apart for years, so I can speak on it. There's something about a woman that does that where they like to throw exes and, thoughts that they have for other people in your face. So it's a casual watching a movie, sitting on the couch, and an actor comes on the TV and, they're like, goddamn, he's fine. You're like, bitch, why would you say that? Like, I'm right fucking here. Why would you say that? Like, I wouldn't say that. If some girl came on the screen, I'm not going to be like, oh, man, that bitch is fine. Why would I do that? That's disrespectful as fuck. I am the type of guy, and I've been this way for my whole life. If I am watching a movie, right, and my woman is sitting next to me, and there's tits and ass on the screen, I will intentionally grab my phone and find some other shit to look at for a minute. It's just respectful, right? It's not that I'm some prude and I don't understand that tits and ass exist out there. It's the fact of, like, even if it's just a respect thing while she's in the room, that you show her, like, hey, this is the type of person that I hold myself as. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect you and stare at, another woman while you're sitting right next to me. That's craziness. And it's because of what that does to somebody's subconscious. If you think that you're linked up with somebody and they're constantly showing you that they have other options, well, it's just constantly telling you that you're not good enough. You don't check their block. You don't whatever. Well, then why the fuck are you hanging around me for? But when you don't have any confidence, you don't have even the wherewithal to go, well, why in the fuck am I putting up with this? You would just go, I'm just so lucky to have you in my life at all. And that's where most tortured and abused people get to mentally, is they go, well, I'm just so lucky to even have you around because I'm useless and I'm such a piece of garbage that without you, I would literally be less than garbage. So I'm going to let you just do whatever, make me look however, and I'll just keep putting up with it. I'll keep coming back, and, anytime you need space, I'm going to give you space. Anytime you want to come running back, I'm here with open arms. And, like, people get used to that type of behavior. They get used to being able to walk on people, and they get used to just being able to do whatever the fuck they want with no repercussions. That's the type of woman that Jada Pinkett Smith is, and that's why Will Smith is in the position he's in. I'm not saying that the slap still wasn't staged, but it could have been staged and still tried to serve the same purpose for Will Smith. As in, he's trying to get out of this light of being a simp. Even after he smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars, which I'm hearing that, like, again, Diddy got in, was like, we're going to clean this up like family. They squashed it. That apparently Will and his family was, like, making smack jokes while they were singing Getting Jiggy With It at the Oscars after party. Like, okay, so they're all in on the joke, but, like, did you all notice that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith never once stood next to each other? They weren't next to each other at the Oscars. They didn't stand next to each other in any of the pictures. They're not together. They're not together. She's fucking other people. He's fucking other people. They show up as a family unit because they all decided at one point to have a family together. And instead of all just being mature enough to go, hey, this is a fucking disaster, right? Willow's pretty fucking talented, but other than that, Jaden's had like one movie when he was a kid. He's not doing shit. Jada Pinkett Smith, I couldn't tell you shit that she's done other than be Will Smith's wife. Will Smith is what he is. And it's like, and yet Will is the biggest joke of it all. How in the fuck does that come to be? You got a whole family, larger than life, off of one guy, And the one guy's the ass of the joke. And he lets it happen. I'm just saying, this is where you can see, even at the highest peaks of life, you could be unhealed, you can have traumas that aren't resolved, and you can put up with some real dumb shit that makes you look real stupid. And you're completely oblivious to it. He might think that this is great, and, just being in the headlines is good enough. This might be Will Smith's biggest nightmare. But I can tell you, if you're fucking with anybody that makes you an option in your life, you need to stop fucking with that person. Because that is so disheartening. It tears you down to another level. And it teaches you that you constantly have to be in competition with other people. And it's just not the case. Anybody that truly cares about you, anybody that truly loves you and wants you to be a part of their life, they should only seek to show you the value that you hold. Not try to go out of their way to show how you don't fill these boxes and why they should be warranted to go get that in somebody else. If you need to go get some shit from somebody else, bitch, go get it. But don't think I'm going to be standing here when you come back. That's why I've never understood the whole open relationship thing. It's like, okay, if I'm saying I'm with you and you're saying that you're with me, then why are we then going to agree to go out and see other people? Why don't we just not say we're together? It just doesn't make any sense to me. If it's all about not having possession over another person, then just don't be together. I can't fathom an idea where that would work. Where two people would be happy coming home to each other every single day. And they both knew that they were both going out fucking around on each other. Like, the madness that would go through your mind all day long of like the what ifs and the what could be's and the like, that's most people's worst fears. And you're just opening the door and inviting it into your home with your kids around. As adults, I mean, fuck, man. You do shit in your own time. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not judging what anybody does in their own time. But damn it, man. Keep it away from your fucking kids for sure. Because now this is like, Jaden has to watch his dad be the simp of the world. And like Willow's watching her dad do all this. And like watching their mom. This is what their mom's putting their dad through. Like, that whole thing is fucked up. It honestly kind of crushed Will Smith's stock for me. Not that I was a big Will Smith fan anyway before this. I've always kind of appreciated him for what he is, but he's always just been kind of odd to me. He's never been like a huge star. I like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air like everybody else, but really that was it. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't get the catalyst, so maybe this is all just a thing to try to keep him relevant while he's running out of stuff, but it is a shame. It's really a shame when you watch a man that I truly believe has a good heart. I think Will Smith has a good heart and he wants to find true and honest human connection. I just think that people have damaged him to the point of he has no self-respect. He has no self-respect, and I think it's boiling over to the point where he doesn't even really have hope or have respect for life as a whole anymore. He doesn't even, like, I see that he's on this big spiritual journey. He's talking to Sadhguru and he's doing all these podcasts and stuff. And it's like he's on this journey to find out what truly makes someone happy. And I think we can all kind of connect to that. And I think that's why watching a man who's achieved so much be belittled so hard in the public eye, it's really tough to watch. It is tough to watch. So with that, I'd love to hear you guys' comments on it. If you guys know anybody like that that's ever pinned people against each other just for their own sheer entertainment and, attention-seeking validation acts or whatever they're doing, let me know. It hurts. It takes some time to grow through, but you can grow through it. The first part is just assessing what the situation is, and that situation is way more common in the world than people know. There's way more guys that have felt like they've had to compete with somebody they should have never had to feel like they were in competition with just because there was a woman at times that didn't feel she was getting enough attention, or for a fleeting, she had the idea that just for a moment this guy wasn't good enough and she was going to pin two against each other to watch a cockfight break out. It happens. It's ugly. I love you guys. Take care of each other.